sitting with me is my stalwart wife, Charmaine, and she's actually going to do the presentation because she has a much nicer voice. So I'll just advise you first, you might want to have a method to take notes during the presentation, either on paper or on a little text file on your computer. That's up to you. And okay, Charmaine, take it away.
Okay, very good. The first thing to understand about meditation is that it's a state of mind that's different from the normal state in which people spend the majority part of their days. There are many ways to get into a state of meditation. People who are new to the practice should explore the various meditation techniques to determine which one works best for them. And there are also several types of meditation. In this presentation, we'll focus on meditation as a personal healing method that promotes mental sharpness and reduces stress and anxiety. Today, I want to give you a sense of what meditation feels like. In the process, you may discover that some of your regular activities have a meditative quality, and this is why you do them. Some people say that they're daydreaming, they're off with the fairies, or gathering wool. But I'm going to lead a guided meditation to help you feel the difference between meditation and the normal distracted state of mind. For this to be most effective, I ask you to make yourself comfortable, focus your attention on the story I tell, visualizing the experience happening to you. Do your best to feel the effects of the experience. Imagine that you know a woman named Pat, and in recent weeks, she has been quite excited about a new fitness activity. She's riding her mountain bike on woodland trails with a regular group every weekend. She's been telling you all about it and encouraging you to come along. Finally, you agree that this sounds like fun, so you get the details for her, and one morning you're driving to the trailhead to meet up with the group. Driving along, you feel a sense of anticipation at first, but soon you start wondering, are these people a bunch of triathletes? They're so fit, they're going to leave me in the dust and make me feel ashamed, make me feel inadequate. You peer up at the sky and you notice that there's some threatening clouds. Then you start to wonder if it's going to rain during the ride. You start thinking about all the chores that you could be doing at home if you weren't doing this crazy ride. Soon you're fretting about the whole event and your mind is in an anxious panic about what to do. But then you arrive at the trailhead and you decide, well, I'm here now. Let's see how it goes. Pat greets your arrival and introduces you to some of the other riders. You look around and you see that they're not all super athletes, so you start to feel a bit better about the prospect of riding with them. After a few words from the group's leader about the trail ahead, safety precautions and so on, and about how the trail branches in several places, you set off with the group, at first enjoying the beauty of the sunshine in the forest, and then you almost smack into a tree. Then you notice that you need to focus more on following the path. You see rocks, tree roots on the trail, low-hanging branches to duck under, twists, dips, turns to go around. You also know that you have to keep an eye on the rider ahead and keep the right distance between you and the rider behind you. But you do begin to feel a sense of freedom. And you begin to know that the trail demands your full attention. It's challenging, but you're not riding too fast to maintain control, so it becomes fun. When you're into the trail, you notice that for all the excitement of the ride, your mind is calm. There's no anxiety, just the focus on the path ahead. So the trail itself is pushing you into a state of active meditation. As you round the curve, the last curve of the trail, you roll into a parking lot where you started. You feel calm but energized. You feel great. Your mind is relaxed but sharp. Your body feels the positive effects of the exercise in the fresh air, and these feelings will last for several days. You benefit from the experience of active meditation because the situation naturally focused your attention on the trail with no mental distraction. Compare this to your mental state as you were driving to the trailhead. You were full of anxiety and doubts about the upcoming experience. This anxious state is unfortunately too common for many people. Sometimes we feel proud of our ability to manage this state of multitasking for long periods of time. But too often it leads to mental exhaustion and an inability to focus. For our own sanity and mental health, we need to spend some time regularly in a state of monotasking. Meditation can be that time. Fitness activities and sports naturally encourage you to remain in the present moment or in the zone. That is a state of meditation. Professionals in many athletic and artistic activities learn and practice meditation as part of their training. It helps them focus on essential tasks and avoid distractions. But active meditation can also result from quieter activities. For example, imagine you're knitting a complex sweater pattern, carrying 3 or 4 colors, continuing the stitches to maintain the pattern. Maybe you're gardening, maybe you're painting, ironing. This too benefits from a calm and focused mind. As we move from active meditation to quiet or sitting practice, the challenge is to concentrate our attention when the surrounding conditions do not force it upon us. That will be the topic of our next session. We will cover exactly how to meditate in a peaceful environment, which can have great healing effects, both mental and physical. Over the next few minutes, you experience a guided meditation. How did it go? If you found it interesting and want to further explore the practice of guided meditations, we can recommend 2 websites with free meditations that you can listen to online or download to play. You'll see these on the screen in a moment. When you go to one of these sites, you'll need to search for the guided meditation tracks because the sites are large. Search the term for guided meditation. You can also do a broader internet search for free.
Let me ask, Melissa, can you show my screen? Or, here.
Okay, little glitch here, people.
That's okay. You're still the presenter, so you should still have the ability to share your screen, David.
Okay.
Just like before, we can see your screen, so if you just want to click on it and then...
Now, can you see the slide?
Yeah, I can see intro to meditation.
Okay.
Oh, okay, well, maybe we'll just keep it at this size.
Okay.
Although if I click play, does that work?
Yeah, there you go. It's full size now. It's full screen. Good job.
Okay, there you go. So these are the sites that you can go to and explore them, see how it works. So then we'll,
Yeah, so
Turn
when
here.
we come back, yeah,
yeah, so we are finished this part, this meditation now.
Yeah.
And now it goes to Karen.
to Karen, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I will switch over to Karen.
Okay.
Okay, Karen, you're up. Thanks so much. So David, if you just want to mute your camera, I'm sorry, mute your sound so we don't hear you, and then Karen can take the controls as presenter.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, perfect. There you go.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Karen, and I own Balanced Reiki Niagara, which is an energy healing room that I actually have set up in my house. I've been doing Reiki for a few years now, and I actually quit my job last December, and this is what I focus all of my time on now. So many of you have heard of Reiki before. Lots of people don't know what it is. It's an ancient Japanese energy healing technique that promotes relaxation, reduces stress and anxiety through gentle therapeutic touch. Reiki practitioners use their hands to deliver energy to your body, improving flow and balance of your energy to support healing. Reiki is used for many things and help to prevent dis-ease and unease in the body. So the word Reiki is actually universal. Rei means universal and Ki is life force energy. So that's where Reiki, the name, comes from. I'm going to give you just a little history on it. This is kind of boring, the next few slides, but Mikao Usui Reiki, as it is practiced today, dates back to the teachings of Mikao in Japan in the early 1920s. Even prior to that, but this is where it became more known and where lots of historians go from. So Usui's intense spiritual practices culminated in a profound revelation that led to the practice now commonly called Reiki. This realization mostly occurred in 1922. So Mikao taught Hayashi. So Hayashi worked with Usui to teach the healing practices from his larger body of teaching so that they could be more widely taught. Hayashi opened a Reiki clinic in Tokyo where 16 practitioners gave treatments in pairs. One of his patients was a lady named Hawayo Takada. She was first generation Japanese American who came to the clinic for relief from a number of medical conditions. One was asthma. Months of treatment restored her health and she became a devoted student. So she's the one who actually brought Reiki to Hawaii and then to the US, and now it's everywhere. So Reiki's become very popular and is now practiced around the world. I kind of wanted to let you know how and why I became involved with Reiki. So I always, like, I've been in and out getting Reiki treatments and healing sessions for a long time. I lost my dad when I was young, and I always feel energy. So I can feel people's energy around me. I can feel my dad's energy around me. In my early 30s, I started to go for Reiki treatments, and I kind of went on and off throughout my 30s. But when I really found it healing was when I turned 40. I was sitting at my daughter's soccer game and I was having a major chest pain, which was my biggest fear because that's how I lost my dad when I was a kid. So I'm just going to read it. Fear hit me hard. I lost my dad to a massive heart attack when he was 42, and I always felt like that was my destiny. I went to the hospital. It was true. I was having a heart attack. I spent a week in the cardiac care unit. and told by the doctors that my heart attack was not hereditary, which really shocked me. And it was very common in women my age, and it was caused by stress. And I couldn't believe that stress on your body could actually cause a physical heart attack. I was sent home just to resume life as it was, but nothing felt the same for me. I fell down a rabbit hole. I worried about health. I worried about death. I worried about my family. I have 3 kids, and like the reality of it is scary. Um, I just couldn't, I needed an answer. I needed to know why this happened. And it was everything I kept getting was because of stress. You're fine, but it was stress. I've never experienced feelings like this before. I cried. I was full of anxiety, full of depression, full of fear. Um, and I had to get myself out of it. So I started seeing a therapist, a naturopath, and I started regular Reiki treatments again. And I went regularly this time. And it took about a year and a half, and I finally started to feel better and to see an end to how I was feeling. Every time I went for a Reiki session, I felt more grounded. I felt like it was a major component on my road to wellness and recovery. And I promised myself I would never let myself feel that way again. I was always the kind of person who would take everybody's stress on. So, busy mom, 3 kids, wife. Um, we've all done it. I thought it was normal, but it isn't normal, and it's not okay, because self-care is very important. I just feel like we all need to slow down, relax, and take time to learn about what our body and our soul needs, and our mind. Looking back, I think I'm fortunate to have the chance to have learned that. I've become more grounded, more spiritual, and more intuitive. Um, we all need to experience the relaxation, clarity, and healing that can be achieved with Reiki treatments. So, how does Reiki heal? Common question. Sorry, just a second. I need to move this. There. We're all alive because of energy, or ki, as the Reiki term, is flowing through us. So ki flows within the physical body through pathways called chakras, meridians, and nadis, and can also be present and pass directly through the organs and tissues of the body. It also floats around us in a field of energy you may have heard of, your aura. The free and balanced flow of ki, or energy, is the cause of well-being. Ki nourishes the organs and cells of the body, supporting them in their vital functions. When the flow of healthy ki is disrupted, it causes diminished functioning in one or more of the organs and tissues of the physical body. Therefore, it's the disruption of the flow of healthy ki that can contribute to illnesses. Energy, or ki, is responsive to thoughts and feelings. When we have positive, optimistic thoughts, we increase our flow of energy, and that causes us to feel better. However, when we have negative thoughts, our energy is disrupted and diminished, and we do not feel as good. When negative thoughts get lodged in the subconscious mind, they create a disruption in the flow of healthy energy. Reiki clears, straightens, and heals the energy pathways, allowing healthy ki to flow in a natural way. So I think we all can feel energy. Some maybe more than others, and maybe if you think about it or try, you can. But like, we've all been in a room full of people, and the presence of one person changes the energy in a room. Something good, somebody excited, somebody sad. We can all kind of feel that. If you know that feeling, then you are more self-aware than you think. What we feel and think on the inside reflects us on the outside. We have the ability to change this. If we don't like how we feel, we have to change it. I know personally, like, if I'm driving, this happened not long ago. I was driving down, and a funeral procession passed me, and I pulled over, and the emotion that I could feel from the cars passing me, like I was in tears in my own car, because I could feel the energy of the cars and the people. the more you practice it, the more you learn it, and the more you feel it. So benefits of Reiki, there's so many. It's good for your mind. Your mind is such a powerful tool, right? So same with the meditation. If you can meditate, if you can relax, if you can control your mind a little bit, it controls your cycling thoughts and it controls the way your body feels. And it's good for your soul because you are more in touch with yourself than you've ever been. So people wonder who would benefit from Reiki. Well, in my opinion, everybody, but Reiki is good for individual self-care for everyone, whether you're a patient, a caregiver, or just learning to make yourself or your health a priority. Reiki calms and heals the mind, body, and soul, and in turn improves every aspect of your life. So many people seek out Reiki for many reasons. Pain management, anxiety, depression, addiction, PTSD. It helps speed up or enhance the healing process. Lots of people just do it for relaxation. I find Reiki so therapeutic and so helpful, but we have to keep in mind that Reiki is a form of complementary therapy, which means that it's intended to work alongside, not in place of other medical and therapeutic techniques. Reiki is so balancing to the system overall, it can potentially benefit any situation, but should not be used as a substitute for other treatments your healthcare provider may have prescribed. I think we all know that. Everybody's probably heard about chakras. So I guess in Reiki, we focus on these 7 chakras. There's more than 7, and between meridians and nadis and chakras, there's like 270,000 running through your body. And if they get blocked, or not even fully blocked, just slowed down, it can cause disruption in the body. But the 7 chakras that are the most common are the next 7. So your root chakra, which is located at the base of your spine, it symbolizes your sense of safety and security, and confidence. There's many symptoms, but symptoms of a blockage there, or a slowage, I like to say, is problems in your lower body, sciatica, insecurity, unstable, inability to stay focused, lack of energy, feeling ungrounded and lethargic. Next is the sacral chakra, located just below the navel, symbolizes creativity, flexibility, pleasure, and emotions. Symptoms of blockage are constipation, urinary and kidney issues, lower back pain, depression, jealousy, fear and insecurity, addictive behavior. The solar plexus chakra, this is a big one for me. It's located above the navel. This is where you hold lots of trauma, past trauma in your life. You hold it in your solar plexus. Symbolizes physical and emotional power. It's your power, identity, and sense of purpose. Symptoms of blockage are digestion issues, feeling of powerlessness, aggressive controlling behavior, insecurity, lack of willpower, fatigue, or neediness. This is where we hold our power. When you feel like you're losing your power, which I feel like lots of people do, they feel like they've lost their power, but you never really lose it. You just have to build on it. Your heart chakra, located behind the breastbone, symbolizes empathy, love, knowledge, peace, and emotions. Symptoms of blockage are hypertension, cardiovascular problems, pain in chest, lacking empathy, feeling withdrawn, antisocial, demanding, or overly critical. The throat chakra is located in the neck, symbolizes expression, communication, speaking your truth. Symptoms of blockage are a lack of control over speech, trouble listening, headaches, sore throat, difficulty sharing your feelings and emotions, and shyness. Third eye chakra, located in the center of the forehead, perception, intuition, wisdom, symptoms of a blockage, stuck in the day-to-day grind, the rat race kind of that we are all kind of stuck in, not listening to your inner guidance, lost sense of direction, narrow-minded, feeling disconnected from others. The last of these 7 is your crown chakra, located on the top of your head, symbolizes clarity, connection to the universe, and spiritual wisdom. Symptoms of a blockage, nerve pain, insomnia, depression, Alzheimer's, headaches, migraines, feeling disconnected spiritually. When somebody has a blockage or a slowing of energy in one of those chakras, when we push energy through and healing energy, it kind of gets them moving again and opens them up. So it does make a difference. Personally, I felt a difference every time I went, and I know from all of my clients that come regularly, they do feel a difference. So what should you expect during a Reiki session? Well, before anyone even comes for a Reiki session, I clear the energy in the room. I clear my own energy. I do a meditation before they come. And you come in and you're laying on the bed. Lots of Reiki practitioners do it different. I don't speak during it. I do take notes as I'm going through what I feel in the body. And at the end of the session, that's when we talk about it, because I like my clients to get the most relaxation they can out of it. So when you feel like somebody's going to talk or you're kind of listening still, you can't get yourself into that deep relaxation that we all need. So many people feel a wonderful glowing that flows through and surrounds them, as the Reiki energy encourages one to let go of all tension, anxiety, fear, or other negative feelings. A state of peace, relaxation, and well-being is experienced. Some people may feel sensations such as tingling, pins and needles, hot and cold changes in their body, and some people fall asleep. At the end of the treatment, you'll feel more grounded, relaxed, and connected to yourself. Reiki will bring more balance to your life and leave you feeling more connected. So Reiki, I'm actually trying to volunteer at Wellsprings because I know they do Reiki there for caregivers. Many problems can arise when caregiving. Family members need to make their own health and well-being a priority. Also, caregivers are able to provide better care to their loved ones when they take better care of themselves. These are the reasons why the notion of self-care is widely discussed in relation to caregivers. Caregivers can use Reiki healing energy as one method of focusing on their mental, physical, and spiritual health. So Reiki is for everybody, especially if you're caring for somebody, because you're giving your energy and your time to caring for your loved one. This was big for me, signs of burnout, because I had these signs and I just ignored them, which I think many people do. But until I ended up in a hospital having a heart attack, I never really took time for myself, and I don't know many people that do. Headache and muscle tension, trouble with sleep patterns, feeling overwhelmed, feeling overwhelmed, frustrated and unfulfilled, sense of apathy or over complaining, and feeling depleted after work. I mean, it just feels like everybody feels like that, but it's not normal. We shouldn't be allowing ourselves to feel like that. And it's a hard lesson learned when you mess with your own health, right? Like we would hate to see our kids or our spouses or our parents feeling like that, yet we do it to ourselves. So if anything I've learned is self-care, and I do take the time now. So if I can teach one person that, then it's helpful, because it's huge. So the principles of Reiki are Just for today, I release angry thoughts. So it's normal to feel angry. The emotion can be triggered by many scenarios, but according to Reiki, anger doesn't come from these outside events. Instead, it stems from angry energy within you. This principle aims to help you release this energy. It encourages you to recognize anger and to let it go, allowing you to invite happiness in life. Just for today, I release thoughts of worry. Many of us worry about things that haven't even happened yet. And while it's easy to feel like that worry comes from an external source, it comes from within. If you're holding on to worry energy, thinking about future events can produce negative emotions. However, if you're able to release this energy, you may have an easier time living in the present moment and worrying less about the future. Just for today, I am grateful. This is a reminder to express gratitude for all that you have. By slowing down and recognizing the good in your life, it may help you foster more positive energy. Just for today, I expand my consciousness. In Reiki, actively practicing mindfulness is key to balancing your energy. This principle encourages you to recognize how you've been more conscious about appreciating the present moment. Just for today, I will be kind to every living thing. This principle focuses on how being kind to others lets you receive positive energy in return. It includes being gentle with yourself, which is essential for spiritual health. It's hard to live in the present moment, and that's something that I think everybody needs to work on, is expanding your consciousness so that you know to bring yourself back into the present moment. And this is my contact information. If anybody has any questions or wants to reach out, you can always send me an email. I'm always happy to answer any questions. And I think that's everything. Thank you for listening.
Perfect, thank you. And your slides are beautiful. And David also said that your slides are beautiful.
Oh,
So
great.
we do have a couple questions, so I will just start reading them. How can Reiki work when delivered virtually, i.e. Zoom?
I'm going to put my camera on. Hold on.
Okay.
Hi. Honestly, I haven't done any virtual Reiki because I prefer to do it in person, but you can do distant Reiki. It's the same way. So if I had a distance Reiki appointment with somebody, then they would have to sit in a calm, quiet space in their home, and I would be sitting in mine. We could do it, you could do it on through Zoom, kind of face to face, or even just send the energy at the same time as the person's receiving it. I've heard lots of great things about distant Reiki. I personally haven't done it. I'm expanding it. I've had a few people ask, but you receive the energy the same way as you would if you were here.
Okay, thank you. There's another question that says, how did you start Reiki and focus when you had so much going on with your health? I'm a caregiver and I wouldn't even know how to start doing this.
It was awful, to be honest. Like when I started going to get Reiki from my energy healer, I had a hard time settling down. Like every time I went, it got easier and easier because it's hard to relax and not think about your health and what's going on in your life. But over time, it worked. It's helpful. I actually left there every time I went feeling lighter and feeling better and feeling more connected. But it is work. You have to put the work in. You have to be able to stop your thinking and worrying process.
Okay, we have another question. It says, does Reiki help with pain relief and or sleep? I have pain throughout my body, wondering if Reiki would be a natural remedy.
Yes, Reiki does help with pain relief. I have I have lots of clients that come for pain relief, and just one, for instance, is my own husband who has really bad back problems. So I do regular on him and it's him, but not only him, many other people.
Okay, and another question is, how long are the Reiki sessions? And do you have any experience working with people who are grieving and doing Reiki? Does it help?
The Reiki sessions last about, my appointments are about an hour and a half, but the Reiki session itself is probably 55 minutes. And then I leave the room at the end for 2 or 3 minutes just so my client can kind of bring themselves back. And then once they get up and we go over everything that I have written down, the session in total is about an hour and 20 minutes. I do work with people that are grieving, and I mean, all of the feedback is very good. Everybody feels better when they leave. I mean, it doesn't last forever, but the feeling, even I know that if it gives relief for a few days or a week, I think it's worth it.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions we have right now for you, but the questions are still open, so they may come in. I'm going to flip it back to David and his lovely wife for the second part of their presentation. So David, here you go. Thank you, Karen. And you guys now have the presenting screen. So if you want to share your screen, well, you can take it from there. I think you might just be on mute right now, David. We can't hear you, David. I think you might be on mute.
Okay, there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're great. Okay.
You can hear us now?
Now, what about the slides? Do you see?
I can see your screen and I can hear you perfectly. So you just need to share, just pull up your presentation and you'll be good to go.
I saw them disappear down there. There we go.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about how to meditate. And as we said before, there's many different ways to do this. You can make it your own. But let's start by saying that meditation is simple, but it's not easy. I'm going to say that again. Meditation is simple, but not easy. It's not hard to understand the underlying concepts, but creating an effective personal practice takes a lot of time and attention. A good memory cue for meditation practice is found in the following Tibetan formula. Body like the mountain, breath like the wind, mind like the sky. We'll unpack these one at a time. Body like the mountain. The key point here is that your body should eventually be absolutely still, but alert and attentive. So that means trying not to notice outside noises, traffic, voices, dogs, whatever. You want to settle your bones into an upright stack without slumping. Several points of alignment help to achieve this, whether you're sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair. So you can rock your pelvis forward to put more weight on the front part of your sit bones in the pelvis. Allow your spine to align in a gentle S-curve with the lumbar spine curved forward. Draw your chin back to balance the head over the spine and your ears over your shoulders. Tuck your chin down slightly to lengthen the back of your neck. Allow your shoulders to drop down. Soften your jaw. Relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Try not to force any of these things. Allow them to be. If your body is quite flexible, you may be able to attain this alignment, and eventually you feel that you're sitting in perfect stillness, rocking gently back and forth with the breathing and the beating of your heart. But many of us have developed a habit of sitting with rounded spine and your head projected forward. If you have ALS, you may have lost strength in your neck muscles. It may be impossible to draw your head up and back enough to balance over the spine. Trying to do this can put an uncomfortable strain on your neck. So you don't want to do that. And you certainly want to establish a restful posture. If such conditions, it's better to recline back slightly and rest your head on a chair or on a cushion. If you can't balance your head over the spine, try to keep your neck as straight and as relaxed as possible. Breath like the wind. This point is a little easier to explain. Gradually deepen and lengthen the breath. The short practice during each meditation session. You can try this now to get used to the action. As you inhale, let your lungs expand. Fill and let the rib cage lift. Push the diaphragm down. You don't have to actually be pushing anything, but allow things to happen. Relax your belly forward. Then with the exhale, contract the lungs at the rib cage, engage in the abdominal muscles to help push the air out of the lungs. Breathe deeply, working the muscles to deepen the breath without letting muscular tension spill into other parts of your body. Relax your belly to inhale, contract the belly to exhale. A few repetitions will loosen up the muscles of breathing. So you can imagine that you're filling a balloon with air. So it expands and then release the air softly, quietly, allowing the balloon to deflate. Mind like the sky. This is the heart of the practice. Visualize your mind like a clear blue sky. From time to time, thoughts arise like fluffy clouds, and they slowly come across your mind. Allow them to drift away. Let them go. Maintain your focus on the clear blue sky. So allow the thoughts to come, recognize the thoughts for what they are, and then let them go. As you sit very still, breathing deeply but easily, focus your attention on your breath. Feel each inhale and exhale moving in the muscles of the torso. Feel the breath moving through the nostrils. When your attention is drawn to the cascade of thoughts and feelings in your mind, bring your attention back to rest again on your breath. Remember to keep your jaw soft and your tongue soft. Don't be impatient or annoyed if your attention is wandering. It's natural in the beginning. Mastering the skill to focus takes time and practice, but this is what trains your powers of concentration. Additional objects of focus. You may find that you can concentrate better with something to focus on rather than just your breath. You'll probably find that some strategies work better than others for you, depending on your habits and how you're feeling. Here are a few suggestions to try. Count your breaths. See how far you can get before being distracted and losing the count. Often in the beginning, people are surprised to find that they lose count after 2 or 3 breaths. Rest briefly in the relaxed space at the end of each exhale. Gently lengthen, pause, and appreciate the sense of peace before starting the next inhale. So you have to honor the spaces between the breaths. Use a mantra or a significant word to help you focus your attention on your breath. This could be as simple as a word like relax. As you inhale, mentally repeat re, then as you exhale, repeat lax. If you want to use an ancient Sanskrit mantra, silently say to yourself, so hum. So with the inhale, hum with the exhale. This statement means I am that, or more deeply, my consciousness is one with the consciousness that pervades all of the universe. Remember, it can be any word that you feel comfortable with. Inhale, positive energy and feelings. Exhale, negative energy and feelings. Let them go. Try this beach visualization. As you focus on the breath, visualize that you're sitting on a warm sand beach, looking out at the ocean surf rolling in. With each inhale, see a wave rise up, curl over in the sunlight, and then exhale. It crashes to the beach and flows back into the sea to begin the cycle again and again and again. The practice of regularly bringing your attention back to the breath can seem never-ending and even futile. It helps to cultivate a different attitude towards your mind and thoughts. Consider the idea, you are not your thoughts. They arise in your mind in response to your activities, past and present. So remember that you are not your thoughts. Let that sink in. So if you're not your thoughts, then who are you? The answer to that is that you are a witness to your thoughts. Indeed, your entire life story, you're a witness. In a deeper sense, your essential nature is pure awareness, consciousness. This consciousness is what we learn to control and direct in meditation. We do not control the mind. The mind is a tool to help guide you through life, but it's not you. At any moment, you can choose what to pay attention to. In meditation, when thoughts arise in the mind, you let them pass away while you focus on the breath or on whatever other object you're contemplating. Over time, your habits of attention establish the ego, the personality, the persona that you display to the world. But this personality is not fixed. It can adapt to your change in life interests and your circumstances. Think about how your personality has evolved since you were a young teen. It's evolved in response to your personal choices and your life experiences. This is the essential freedom of the human condition. Meditation can help make you take full advantage of the freedom you have if you choose to use it. Using meditation to help you sleep. It can help you sleep if you are troubled or by an overactive mind at bedtime, and oftentimes we are. The practice amounts to using meditation techniques in a simplified way. To start with, when lying in bed, arrange your body in a comfortable position so that muscles are relaxed, joints such as your wrists and your ankles, they're not bent uncomfortably, limbs are not cutting off your circulation by crossing over each other, your clothes are not uncomfortable, the sheets are not wrinkled uncomfortably. Next, ensure that you're breathing deeply and your rib cage is expanding to create space for your lungs to move. Focus your attention on your breath, ignoring your mental stream of thoughts. Allow yourself to relax. If you find that a mantra helps you to concentrate on the breath, try it here. Consider repeating a simple mantra like relax, so hum, or an affirmation like I love my sleep. Getting to sleep is like the meditation process. except that you focus on the breath, is more relaxed. Allow your attention to be swept away by the dream state and drift into sleep. Once your meditation practice is stronger, with better focus on the breath, you will also find it easier to ignore the noise of the busy mind and that interferes with your sleep. Now let's pull this all together and experience meditation for a few minutes. Start by sitting in an alert but relaxed position, as straight and as comfortable as possible. Tune in to the rhythm of your breath. Gently encourage yourself to go deeper and longer. Settle into the experience. Take your time. Take a few minutes to get comfortable. Dismiss any thoughts. Recognize them for what they are. Let them go. Scan through your body, looking for any tension in your muscles. Relax any tension that you find. It might take a few minutes. When you're ready to move on, bring your attention to your breath. Feel each breath moving in your body. If you get caught up in thoughts, gently bring your attention back to the breath without disappointment or without drama. Don't be impatient with yourself. If you feel that you have to shift your body position, do that. If you have to adjust your clothes, do that. The habits of focus and stillness take time to develop. Now,
Yeah, just that one.
we're going to do a little bit of a meditation. We'll try it, we'll practice it. So you're going to hear the sound of a gong to start the meditation. Then you'll hear another at the end of the session, and this will be 5 minutes. So for now, softly close your eyes or keep your gaze very soft, whichever is more comfortable for you. Settle into a comfortable position. And now let's begin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to give a few minutes just so people could finish their meditation. So David, we have a few questions for you if you're okay with that.
Well, let's allow the 5 minutes
Oh, okay, no problem.
meditation to end. We're about 2 minutes into it now. No. Oh, but hit that.
Okay.
No. No.
Softly open your eyes. Take a few soft breaths. Allow yourself to come back. And after this meditation, some of you may have found 5 minutes to seem like it was an hour. You'll be able to lengthen it after a while, and you will be able to sit for an hour. After each meditation session, take a few moments to ask yourself how you feel, especially whether you're more calm, more focused, more alert. Your answers may be different after each session, but you should learn to appreciate small changes in your mind, in your body. You may also find it useful to read a few books and articles about meditation to explore the different authors' perspectives on the practice. And this is a great way to take an active role in the evolution of your own meditation practice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. So we have some questions for David. Well, first of all, David, people are saying your slides are amazing and they want to make sure that they are available post-webinar. So I can answer that, yes. So we are recording this webinar, and in a couple of days, we'll have it posted as one of our ALS resources. But what I can do is any attendees of this webinar, I can send out the slideshow to them so they can have the presentation on hand from both Karen and David. Okay, David, so the first question is, how long does it take to be able to properly meditate?
Well, I would say there's two variables there. One of them is where are you starting from? Like, how much background do you already have in experiencing quiet, calm pursuits and like natural meditation? Or are you a total nutcase with a frazzled mind and you know? So your starting point is important. And then what do you consider the end point? Like, I would say as long as you notice an improvement in your disposition, your feelings, and another thing that meditation develops is insight, especially if you focus on mindfulness meditation as opposed to concentration meditation, which is what we've just been discussing. I think as long as you feel some improvement in your spirit, that will motivate you to keep going and feel even better. And once you can meditate, even partially concentrating for a short time, it'll get easier and easier because you'll get a sense of how to do it.
Thank you. Okay. The next question says, David, how often do you meditate, and does it allow you to cope better or deal with your disease?
Yes, well, I meditate, I would say in a week, I meditate 4 or 5 times. So not every day, but often. And yes, it does allow me to cope better with ALS, because even though ALS has this tragic effect of always getting worse, I at least can feel the best possible in the present moment, you know, especially I notice the breathing, that I can deepen my breath, expand my rib cage, and generally have a better sense of well-being. And certainly I notice that I'm more mentally alert and have a more positive outlook on the world when I have been meditating. Hope that helps.
Thank you. And our last question says, David, how did you start meditating, and how long have you been meditating for?
Well, I started back in the midst of time, because I've been practicing yoga for just over 40 years. I started roughly when the Beatles went to India. And so during that time, and in my teenage years, I was living in Vancouver. There was a lot of New Age activity. So I developed a familiarity with the practice of meditation, but it was never in a strict and formal way. So it wasn't really until I became a yoga teacher in 2004 and had to offer some meditation experience to my students that I learned more about how to do it and practice more myself. And then I took training as a meditation teacher in 2018. And then I taught meditation for a couple of years before I was laid low with ALS. Sorry, did I cover everything there?
You did. Thank you. That was a wonderful answer. Well, that looks like we've come to the end of our questions. We're at about 2:10, so I want to thank David, his lovely wife Charmaine, and Karen so much for this wonderful presentation. Both presentations were amazing and so informative. I just wanted to let all the attendees know that, like I said, this is being recorded and will be placed under our resources on our ALS website, so you can see it at a later date. And all of David and Karen's slides will be made available to our attendees. If there's no other questions or anything else, I would just like to thank everybody for joining today and really hope that everyone takes away the self-care knowledge that we were taught today. It was very informative, and I want to thank my presenters and everyone for taking the time today.
Melissa?
Yes.
I just want to add quickly that I will send you the script of my presentation that you can add to the available materials for people who want to download it.
Perfect. That would be great. We do have a lady, Margaret, was asking for your slides, so that will be great if you could send me those.
Yeah, no, you get the slides
And then the
And-
transcripts.
and the
Perfect.
text in 2 separate packages.
Okay, perfect. That's wonderful. Well, thank you very much. And with that, I will end the webinar and let everyone get on with their day. But thank you again to my presenters, and thank you to everyone taking their time out today to join us. Happy holidays, stay safe, and we'll see you in the new year.
Share my webcam.